Hello and welcome to another video. I am Cole the 7th and I'm on a mission to help people become audio engineers, producers, beat makers and everything else music related. I want to help you to unleash your potential to be able to be self-sufficient to create your own music and mix and master your own tracks. I hope that the content on this channel will enable you to develop the necessary skills to do what you want to do. So if you guys saw the other video of which I recorded with the artist, you would understand how everything is laid out right now. So if you look at the mixer, hold on, let me just disable this. If we look at the mixer itself, you can see there's some effects and everything, and if I play it, let me just play it quickly.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea-house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in their bits. Boys on their back, feds on my strip, but now things change.
It is not mixed at all. The reason why it sounds loud and you may think it sounds decent is because usually what I like to do is the artist requests to listen to the song as soon as the song is recorded. So what I usually do is just apply some quick mastering, just something to make it loud enough so that I can send to the artist so that they can hear. And I call it a draft. So I just send them like a quick draft, unmixed, everything, just so that they can listen to the song before it's mixed. And then the next day or whenever I do, I'll send them the mix when it's ready. But now I'm going to be mixing the track. What I'm going to do is just literally take off every single effect that's already on here, because that was not mixed at all. I mean, I'll keep the auto-tune settings and some of the main settings that the artist requested. I remember which kind of settings they wanted. Not too much reverb. They gave me some notes, not some notes, but they said what they wanted and what they didn't want, or how much they wanted, how much of certain effect they wanted and how much or not. So the majority of the plugins I'm going to kind of take away, especially on the vocal bus. I'm going to remove these plugins, just delete. Take off that through to compressor. Just literally start from scratch, as if I've got all the raw vocals. That's what I'm going to do. Just literally not disable, but reset everything. I want to leave the ad-libs there because I like the effect there. If you check out, this is basically from the ad-libs preset pack, link in the description, you can check it out. The vocal dubs, I'm going to remove some of them. The main thing I'm just going to remove is just the vocal bus and the mastering on the master channel. Those are the plugins I'm just going to mainly remove, and that should be about it. Lead vocals, nothing there. Singing, I'll keep the auto-tune on there. Vocals dubs, that's fine. I'll just remove the through to compressor and the delay. Yeah, now I'll leave the delay there for now, just so it can remind me of what I need to add there, and I'll take off this reverb here. Okay, that is all good now. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the playlist and just make sure this is cleaned up, because right now it looks like, oh, what's going on? Everything's all over the place. So I'm gonna go press arrangement. I'm gonna press clone and call this mix. Because now I can delete the ones that are muted. I usually keep everything that, for example, if the artist wants to redo another take, I usually just keep the one they did before, just in case that one is better than this one. It's usually good practice. You don't have to do it for every single one, but this is why I make arrangement. This is the recorded one. I can call this original or recorded. And then the next one is mixed, and after I can just delete these ones and just bring everything up and just make it organized. So I have the lead vocals here, the beats, of course, the vocal dubs and ad-libs. I like everything on just one neat line. I don't really like having too many tracks here like that. So let's continue cleaning this up. So right, so I'm just gonna put everything up and above. So I'm just gonna play it now. If I play the tracks, you see that it sounds different. Okay, first of all, I realized the beat. Let me clean everything up first, and I'll start with the levels. So by cleaning up, what I mean is I'm going to do this. I'm just going to double click this and press declicking mode, smooth bleeding. So that way it kind of fades in and fades out ish. Yeah, and we're going to do the same to this one. I don't have to do it for every single one because it's not necessary, but it's just so that I can just bring this above there. And it's a nice thing to do sometimes, because sometimes, especially if the vocal cuts off, like it has like an abrupt cut off, then just use that method there. Oops. Especially for breaths. And just... That's fine. As I said, you don't have to do it for every single one, but just for those ones there. And I'm just gonna bring everything up. Yeah, so just
But it's a girl, she works like Riri. She wants Burberry, Fenty, and Mary. Tell her bad B, come and arch that freely. I'm tryna skid right round, get seedy. She want dig me, cause I got banned. Been on shit, been with her fam. Been tryna roll, tryna slide with gang. Talk on bro, on my life, get banged. Halves and Zeds, going up quick. All I want is a baby. Hair tied up and she calls my name. Pedal back, snap back, let's do it our way. Cause the boy love chatting my name. And I'm still tryna get my bread up. Anyhow touch bro, get dead up. Anyhow touch bro, get dead up. Archie baby girl. Yeah, I wanna see you wind up well. Yeah, I wanna know if you're feeling me. Call my line if you need my help. I wanna see you slide. No.
So what the artist did here, if you watched the other video, he did for the rapping parts, he did ad-libs, and for the singing parts, he did some sort of vocalization, some extra singing, vocal harmonies, dubs, whatever. Okay, so now we've eliminated the extra space. Now we've just literally got 1, 2, 3, and then 4 if you include the automation clips. Yes, so that's that there. Now we can just call this lead vocals. This is not necessary, but this is just something you could do. Just color this as well, and just give it a color, whatnot, and then yeah. Okay, and the beat is up here. I mean, this is just so that you guys can see what is what. I usually don't really do this. Eesh, that's a horrible color. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's start mixing now. So have we identified any? Let's go through the track quickly and see if there's any parts that we need to just reduce the volume. The beat is one of the ones we need to. Look how loud that is. The beat is too loud. So what we'll do, remember when it comes to gain staging, just double click on the track, reduce the volume up here. You can see how mastered, like this beat is already mixed and mastered. And yeah, we're gonna tackle that problem just by mixing.
Things that we did in their bits, boys in their back, feds on my strip, but nothing changed. I don't get in their mix. You know that we got them drillers, them things. You know our shit.
Okay, so the whole aim right now, before actually diving into the mix, as I said, like if you check out the video on the pre-mixing card above, yep, about the gain staging and just preparing the track, you see that you don't really want to be all the way down here then up here like a roller coaster, that type of thing. And there's a reason why, like if you watch the recording video, you probably realize that, hey, how come the ad-libs were all the way down here and the dubs were here and everything? That's because the mixing stage wasn't there. I wasn't at the mixing stage yet, and it was just basically the vocal tracking. I was at the vocals tracking stage where it was like, okay, we're just trying to hear a certain sound, how it can sound like whilst we're in the studio and listening through the speakers. And then once the mix comes, that's when you're mixing for every single type of device and whatnot. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that make sure that you set the volumes first before going down like this. You don't want to. This is bad. I mean, I used to fall victim to this myself back in the days, even if you watch my previous videos. But yeah, it's a matter of importance that you make sure the volume and the levels are set first before diving this down, because this is only affecting the volume after the vocal processing. So whatever effects are on it, you need to make sure that the volume of the effects are controlled as well. You want to control that. Okay, so volume of the beat is fine, and you can see, I don't know if you watched the previous video as well, you can see that I purposely recorded at a low level like this, mainly because I knew the acoustics of my room. What I mean by that, I knew, okay, if I record at this certain level, then I'm not going to be getting too much noise and watching and such and so. But if you probably noticed here towards the end here, that's too loud because I normalized it. If you watch the video as well, you probably realize I normalized a lot of the vocals, mainly because it's not normalized now, but I'm talking about if you watch the video, you probably would realize that, okay, why did you normalize it there? Mainly because I wanted to hear it out loud with speakers. But of course, you don't really want to be normalizing vocals when mixing. I mean, you can normalize it like this and then reduce the volume. That's another way to do it as well, if it's too low. And if you can't, for example, if you try and increase the volume to 100% and then it doesn't actually increase to 100%, you can just normalize it and affect the volume like that. That's another way to do it. Or you can just add a gain plugin, but this is the easiest way to do it because it's internal. Okay, so that's that there. Let's start mixing now. Okay, lead vocals. Let's focus on the lead vocals for now.
I had to hit that bando quick. T-house.
Also, I don't know if you realized that when I was recording, I recorded with no effects. I prefer to record with no effects unless you have like outboard gear, external gear and whatnot. But these days I used to record with some effects, but it alters the sound a lot and I don't really like that. So unless you can just record with vocal tracking, Like you put effects over it, like route this into the lead vocals, and then it will sound like you're recording those effects, but actually you're actually not. But just record dry as possible. That's usually what I go for these days. So let's look at the lead vocals.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in a bit. Boys in the back, feds on my strip, but now.
Okay, so the lead vocals, I should probably call this the rap. And then this is the singing. So the lead vocal.
It's jarring. 3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling.
So there's autotune on this singing vocals. A lot of you, some people commented, can you show me the autotune plugin or effects? And these are the effects. I'll be doing a much more in-depth tutorial on autotune soon. But autotune, I think one of the hardest things about using autotune is that you need to know the key of the track, and find out the key. If you're a beginner, it's not the easiest thing to do, and I know how to do it because I've kind of trained my ear to hear. I understand music theory in that sense. So to find out the key of this track, the key is D flat major. So to find out key, what I usually do is I listen to the beat. So let me listen to the beat right now, just the beat, and just I hum. So I hum. I try and find the most common the notes, the tonic, the home note, the single one note, or find, yeah, let me just show you. And what I usually do is open up FL keys. I've already got open there, but open up FL keys, same one, same thing. Okay, open up FL keys, and after I keep humming, then I try and find that note on the piano. So I said that's the B flat there. Now there's two ways this can go. If you know music theory, you know, okay, there's a minor key and there's a major key. I'm either singing two notes, like this track here can either be in the minor key or in the major key, and the minor key of the major key or the major key is literally same scale, same notes in the scale. But okay, say for example I chose this one. It could also be the major version of that minor key, so it can also be D flat major, as I said in the beginning. And this is probably, yeah, it's B flat minor, and this is the scale: B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F sharp. That's the scale, and it's in the minor key. I put B flat major, D flat major, because I think, yeah. So I can also put D flat major or B flat minor, and this.
Let's me in a bando, bacon, it's jarring. 3 o'clock up in the.
I'll just keep this one because it's predominantly in the minor key. You know, it will still use the same notes even if you choose the major one to be for it, but just use the one that the scale is actually in. I guess it makes a difference. Anyway, so the settings here, I put alto tenor because the way he's singing, this is also music theory. Again, if I open up the piano roll here, you can see, okay, this is the musical scale. I really recommend that every one of you learn piano. I'll be doing more tutorials on just even beat making and music theory and learning instruments, I guess. So this is the piano here. This is the highest note. The highest note is nothing. On the real piano, there's only 88 keys, and yeah. What am I getting at with this? Okay, yeah, I'm talking about alto tenor. So alto tenor is about, because I knew his voice wasn't like a low male, it wasn't that deep in the sense of, okay, we're going below. I think it wasn't around. It was more like around. It's around this range. I'll do more in-depth video on that. But anyway, I knew that his voice wasn't as low, like it wasn't that low. So I knew he was singing in an alto tenor voice. Okay, so now the retune speed. Usually, for autotune to be hearable, you need to be between 20 and 0. If you want it to be subtle, then yeah, you can go below 20. This is also another thing, tracking. Do you want it to be a relaxed type of autotune, or do you want it to be choosy? And the difference between that is, if it's choosy, it will select only the notes it won't be as loose in selecting. The retune speed won't be as loose. I'll do more in-depth video. But anyway, these are the autotune settings, and that is that. Usually I just mess with the retune speed, retune speed and the key and the scale. That's it. That's all I do. I don't really do this vibrato. I mean, yeah, in this situation it wasn't necessary, but just the retune speed and the input type, scale and key. Leave everything else the same usually, and that's that. This is the Autotune Live version as well. There's other Autotune versions like the Autotune 8. I think there's a new Autotune as well, which is on a subscription basis that you can actually purchase from Antares. But yeah, that's the Autotune settings there. Okay, that's the singing. Now the lead vocals. The vocal dubs, I've got Autotune as well. I think the same settings, and Ozone Imager 2 with this setting here. So what I'm gonna do now is just hold on. The vocal stubs is loud, mainly because of this plugin here is sterilizing it, so making it wider. So I'm gonna reduce that. I can reduce it here, but it's not as loud. I'm not talking about it's loud as in it's peaking or in the orange red zone, but it's loud as it's dominating. It's dominating the singing and the lead vocals there. So I'm gonna just reduce that here by pressing, doing this. Lead vocals, first thing I'm gonna add is compression, and I'm gonna add the fruital compressor. I usually like to add the fruital compressor to begin with, mainly because it gives me some sort of, it's like it controls it in a soft way. Like it's not as a harsh EQ, not EQ, what am I talking about? It's not as a thumpy or hard compressor, that type of thing. So I'm just gonna let's analyze where I'm gonna add a different compressor for the singing vocals as well. So let's just do the lead vocals.
I had to hit that band.
Let's locate where the threshold is gonna be at.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in a bit. Boys in the back.
Okay, let's go to where -24, so that we can actually, let's go -24.5.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss.
Yeah, actually, let's go to about 26. And then let's just do like a threshold of 3.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in a bit. Boys in the back.
Actually 5.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss.
And this compressor is more like just to catch some of the peaks, the singing vocals now.
3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer.
We'll add the reverb. We'll take this reverb out and we'll just add like a reverb bus. So we'll just create reverb like that, because I want to be adding the same reverb to multiple areas. This will be an easy way to do it. Okay, so singing.
3 o'clock up in the morning.
Let's add a similar compressor, but then we might adjust the settings.
3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer. And it's really good.
I'm going to reduce the threshold
3 o'clock up.
because it's singing quieter.
3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer. And it's really getting boring. Now I know that I took the piss. Advantage, I took the risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. But I know about the things that we did in a bit.
Yep, that's fine there. The compressor, what I did here is quite a low threshold ratio, this type of thing. Yep, okay, cool. The vocal dubs, let's focus on that next. Fruital delay, let's add the compressor first before we add the imager. Because I realized with the imager itself, it's making it sound bigger when that's not what we're trying to go for.
Know about the things that we did in a bit. Boys in the back.
Let's mute the imager 2.
Know about the things that we did in a bit. Boys in the back. Feds on my strip, but now things change. I don't get in a mix. You know that we.
I think the vocal dubs is only for the singing part, so let's go.
I'm calling, no answer. And it's really getting boring now. I know that I took the piss. Advantage, I took the risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit.
Okay, so you see that now that I put the Ozone Imager 2, it sounds a bit bigger, so we're gonna reduce the gain.
I'm calling, no answer. And it's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bando settings get low.
I need to reduce that a bit more because the fact that this already -7 here, Let's make that default.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bando settings get lonely.
That's better. Now we can use this instead of going all the way that down.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely.
Also here I did the stereo separation, 100% separated.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby.
Ad-libs now, which is on the rapping part. That's too loud. These ad-libs are quite loud in general. So what I'll do is just reduce the volume like this.
Cause I got gang. Get out. Gang. Get out.
I added this compressor before.
Get out.
Just gonna reduce the gain. Just the threshold as well. Cause I want it to. I like ad-libs sounding like that.
Get out. I don't. Bell. Bell.
Actually, we can get away with adding a bit more delay. And added the pancake too before the delay, and then just increasing the gain just a little bit. Cause yeah.
Me cause I got bands, been on shit, been with a fam, been tryna roll, tryna slide with gang, talk on bro, on my life get banged, halves and Z's, going up quick, all I want is a baby, hair tied up and she calls my name, pedal back, snap back, let's do it our way, cause the boy love chatting my name, and I'm still tryna get my bread up, anyhow touch bro, get dead up, anyhow touch bro, get dead up.
Archie, baby girl, I wanna see you wind up well, I wanna know if you're feeling me, call my line if you need my help, I wanna see you slide tonight.
Okay, so next thing I'm gonna add is the EQ, FabFilter Pro EQ, probably the best EQ I can kind of use at the moment. It's just so clear. It makes things so clear.
I'm tryna skid back round, get CD. She want dig me cause I got bands. Been on shit, been with a fam. Been tryna roll, tryna slide with gang. Talk on bro.
And that's usually what I do for the first EQ. So remember I said, I usually say that I add one compressor and then one EQ. Then I had I had two types of compressors first and two types of EQs. So this is the first type of EQ and compression I'm doing. Because usually, the reason why I'm doing it here is, you're probably thinking, I could have done all this when I recorded into the vocal itself, when I recorded into the DAW itself, which is a possibility, but it gives you less control afterwards, which is why I like doing everything afterwards, because I get a lot more control. Like for example, if the artist said, my vocals sound a bit too thin, and trying to add frequencies is, once you've taken away frequencies already, trying to add on top of that, it can be a bit problematic at times. I'm not saying that you can't fix it, but it's better to have more control at first. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna add for now.
I'm tryna skid back round, get CD. She want dig me cause I got bands. Been on shit.
Now I need to add some more compression on the vocal bus, but I'm gonna add some EQ onto this lead vocals as well, onto the singing. So I'm just gonna copy this and just add it to the singing part.
I'm tryna skid
3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring.
I'm gonna reduce this one just a tad bit because it's slightly louder than the lead vocals.
3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. I know. Until I took that risk, I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad news, settings get lonely. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely.
That's good there. For the vocal dubs, I'm gonna add the Fruity EQ, parametric EQ too, and this EQ just to,
3 o'clock up in the
you'll see.
3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. I know that I took the piss. Advantage, I took that risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad news, settings get lonely. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad news, settings get lonely.
Baddest a girl, she works like Riri. She wants Burberry, Fenty, and Mary. Tell her baby, come on.
Okay, now I'm gonna add the reverb I'm gonna add the Valhalla vintage verb. I'm just gonna add this as a bus, so I'm just gonna keep the settings like this, and then vocal dubs, right click, route to this track, and then it kind of routes to this track here and this track as well, so you can just adjust it here.
Up in the morning, I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. Now I know that I took the piss, advantage, I took that risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit. It's 3 a.m. and I'm
gonna do the same thing for the singing voice.
Up in the morning, I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. Now I know that I took the piss, advantage, I took that risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit.
For the singing voice, I'm gonna add some delay as well, but I'm gonna add that straight onto the singing vocal. Reduce the level and the cutoff and the wet value. I keep the timing the same because it sounds good.
Up in the morning, I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. Now I know that I took the piss, advantage, I took that risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit.
I'm gonna try with this ping pong mode.
Up in the morning, I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. Now I know that I took the piss, advantage, I took that risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit. It's free.
Alright, okay.
Up in the morning, I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. Now I know that I took the piss, advantage, I took that risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit.
I'm gonna go to the vocal bus now. I think that sounds okay, so let's just hear that.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea-house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in a bit. Boys on the back, freely. I'm trying to skid right round, get seedy. She want.
Alright, so the first plugin I'm gonna add on the vocal bus is, because I would added the. Do you know when I said I usually add 2 compressors and 2 EQs? I kind of already added the first set on the lead vocals and the individual tracks. So now I'm going to add the second type on the vocal bus. I may add another one, but we'll see. So first thing I'm going to add is the virtual mix rack. Okay, so now I'm going to add a compressor. One of the compressors I like to add is this red one here, the FG401. Set the threshold.
Really, I'm trying to skid right round, get seedy. Really, I'm trying to skid right round, get seedy. She want dig.
Let's choose a ratio of about 3.5.
Really, I'm trying to skid.
The attack is not going to be fast, not going to be too fast, not going to be too slow as well. Actually, you'll be more faster than slow.
Really, I'm trying to skid right round, get seedy. She want dig me cause I got banned. Being on shit, being with her fam. Being tryna roll, tryna slide with gang. Talk on bro, on my life get banged. Halves and Zeds, going up quay. All I want is a baby. Hair tied up and she calls my name. Pedal back, snap back, let's do it our way. Cause the boy love chatting my name. And I'm still tryna get my bread up. Anyhow touch bro, get dead up. Anyhow touch bro, get dead up. Archie, babe. Really, I'm tryna skid right round, get seedy. Way, up. I wanna see you wind up well.
I'm gonna reduce the delay.
I wanna see you wind up well. I wanna know if you're feeling me. Call my line if you need my help. I wanna see you slide tonight. I'm feeling your vibe.
I'm gonna add this EQ.
I wanna see you wind up well. I wanna know if you're feeling me. Call my line if you need my help. I wanna see you slide tonight. I'm feeling your vibe tonight. Baby, come and put that pussy on me tonight. Baby, turn it, don't be shy. Your body different, you're irresistent. I want you kissing on my body. Wanna see you love me. Wanna see you fuck me, cause I am the one for you, and you are the one for me. Be my lady, yeah. Turn around and show me, please. I had to hit that bando quick. Tea-house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in a bit. Boys in the back, feds on my strip. But now things change, I don't get in a mix. You know that we got them drillers and things. You know our shit, we make it this money, we make it legit. Let's me in a bando, breaking our bricks. It's jarring, 3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. Now I know that I took the piss. Advantage, I took that risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad news, settings get lonely. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad news, settings get lonely.
Baddest a girl, she works like Riri. She wants Burberry, Fenty, and Mary. Tell her bad B, come and arch that freely. I'm tryna skid right round, get seedy. She want dig me cause I got banned. Been on shit, been with her fam. Been tryna roll, tryna slide with gang. Talk on bro, on my life get banged. Halves and Zeds, going up quick. All I want is a baby. Hair tied up and she calls my name. Pedal back, snap back, let's do it our way. Cause the boy love chatting my name. And I'm still tryna get my bread up. Anyhow touch bro, get dead up. Anyhow touch bro, get dead up.
Archie, baby girl. I wanna see you wind up well. I wanna know if you're feeling me. Call my line if you need my help. I wanna see you slide tonight.
I'm adding the gates because I've realised that by adding these compressors and stuff like that, I'm starting to hear a lot of the artifacts, or not artifacts, but the unnecessary parts of the vocals that do not need to be in the final mix.
I hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in their bits. Boys in the back, feds on my strip. But now things change, I don't get in their mix. You know that we got them drillers, them things. You know our shit, we making this money, we make it legit. Unless we in a bando, baking our bricks.
It's jarring, 3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer. And it's really getting boring, nugget. And you know that I took the piss. Advantage, I took the risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit. It's 3 AM in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad no settings get lonely. It's 3 AM in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad no settings get lonely.
Baddest a girl, she works like Riri. She wants Burberry, Fenty, and Mary.
Okay, so that sounded like that. Now I think it's lacking some spice. It needs some oomph. And how do I do that? How do I add more oomph? I'm going to experiment with some plugins I don't really use too tough. For example, the sound gradizer. Let me just experiment with some of that.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in their bits. Boys in the back, feds on my strip. But now things change, I don't get in their mix. You know that we got them drillers, them things. You know our shit, we making this money, we make it legit. Unless we in a bando, baking our bricks.
It's jarring, 3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer.
I want to reduce the vocals.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in their bits. Boys in the back, feds on my strip. But now things change, I don't get in their mix. You know that we got them drillers, them things. You know our shit, we making this money, we make it legit. Unless we in a bando, baking our bricks.
It's jarring,
just a little bit, just to see how that sounds like. Now I'm gonna add the something to the master bus just so I can get the track to sound loud. But this is just a simple type of mix, so let's try and get the track to sound loud.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in their bits. Boys in the back, feds on my strip. But now things change, I don't get in their mix. You know that we got them drillers, them things. You know our shit, we making this money, we make it legit. Unless we in a bando, baking our bricks.
It's jarring, 3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer. And it's really getting boring, nugget. And you know that I took the piss. Advantage, I took the.
I'm gonna have to add more EQ to this singing part.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss.
Actually on the vocal bus, because that's where the problem is.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in their bits. Boys in the back, feds on my strip. But now things change, I don't get in their mix. You know that we got them drillers, them things. You know our shit, we making this money, we make it legit.
Next I'm gonna add parametric EQ too.
I had to hit that
to reduce some of the low mids.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in their bits. Boys in the back, feds on my strip. But now things change, I don't get in their mix. You know that we got them drillers, them things. You know our shit, we making this money, we make it legit. Unless we in a bando, baking our bricks.
It's jarring, 3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer. And it's really getting boring, nugget. And you know that I took the piss. Advantage, I took the risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking.
I'm gonna use this late digital FGX. I'm not really gonna use the compressor. I'm just gonna use this bit here. I like how this transients thing and the dynamic perception. It's quite good.
I Had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in their bits. Boys on the back, feds on my strip. But now things change, I don't get in their mix. You know that we got them drillers, them things. You know our shit, we making this money, we make it legit. Unless we in a bando, breaking our bricks.
It's jarring, 3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. Now I know that I took the piss. Advantage, I took the risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad news, settings get lonely. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad news, settings get lonely.
Baddest a girl, she works like Riri. She wants Burberry, Fenty, and Mary. Tell her bad B, come and arch that freely. I'm tryna skid right round, get seedy. She want dig me cause I got bands. Been on shit, been with her fam. Been tryna roll, tryna slide with gang. Talk on bro, on my life get banged. Halves and Zeds, going up quick. All I want is a baby. Hair tied up and she calls my name. Pedal back, snap back, let's do it our way. Cause that boy love chat. Tryna get my bread up. Anyhow touch bro, get dead up. Anyhow touch bro, get dead up.
Archie, baby girl. I wanna see you wind up well. I wanna know if you're feeling me. Call my line if you need my help. I wanna see you slide tonight. I'm feeling your vibe tonight. Baby, come and put that pussy on me tonight. Baby, turn it, don't be shy. Your body different, you're irresistant. I want you kissing on my body. Wanna see you love me. Wanna see you fuck me. Cause I am the one for you, and you are the one for me. Be my lady, yeah. Turn around and show me, please. Turn around and show me, please.
It kind of cuts off abruptly there, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Double click it.
Turn around and show me, please.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house.
Okay, so now that I've added that, I'm gonna add the Ozone 9 elements just to get that, use that limiter and get it loud. So I'm just gonna use Master Assistant.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in a bit. Boys on the back, feds on my strip. But now things change, I don't get in their mix. You know that we got them drillers, them things. You know our shit, we making this money, we make it legit. Unless we in a bando, breaking our bricks.
It's jarring, 3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. Now I know that I took the piss. Advantage, I took the risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad news, settings get lonely. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad news, settings get lonely.
Baddest a girl, she works like Riri. She wants Burberry, Fenty, and Mary. Tell her bad B, come and arch that freely. I'm tryna skid right round, get seedy. She want dig me cause I got bands. Been on shit, been with her fam. Been tryna roll, tryna slide with gang. Talk on bro, on my life get banged. Halves and Zeds.
I wanna see you wind up well. I wanna know if you're feeling me. Call my line if you need my help. I wanna see you slide tonight. I'm feeling your vibe tonight. Baby, come and put that pussy on me tonight. Baby, turn it, don't be shy.
Baddest a girl, she works like Riri. She wants Burberry, Fenty, and Mary. Tell her bad B, come and arch.
Okay, so that's literally the track there. It wasn't like it was something difficult. It wasn't too much happening there, but that is the track there. It's more like a light, simple mix. Not too many effects, you know. I could have made this a much more shorter video, but because it was much more simpler than it was. But yeah, I want to play the track now. That's the mix. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please do like.
I had to hit that bando quick. Tea house trips, taking a piss. You know about the things that we did in their bits. Boys on the back, feds on my strip, but now things change, I don't get in their mix. You know that we got them drillers, them things. You know our shit, we make it this money, we make it legit. Unless we in a bando, breaking our bricks.
It's jarring, 3 o'clock up in the morning. I'm calling, no answer, and it's really getting boring. Now you know that I took the piss. Advantage, I took the risk. I don't understand this shit. I be thinking about you every night, praying and shit. It's 3 AM in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad no settings get lonely. It's 3 AM in the morning, baby calling, baby girl, I'm lonely. Yeah, lonely. Bad no settings get lonely.
Baddest a girl, she works like Riri. She wants Burberry, Fenty, and Mary. Tell her bad B, come and arch that freely. I'm tryna skid right round, get seedy. She want dig me cause I got banned. Been on shit, been with her fam. Been tryna roll, tryna slide with gang. Talk on bro, on my life get banged. R's and Z's, going up quick. All I want is a baby. Hair tied up and she calls my name. Pedal back, snap back, let's do it our way. Cause the boy love chatting my name. And I'm still tryna get my bread up. Anyhow touch bro, get dead up. Anyhow touch bro, get dead up.
Archie, baby girl, I wanna see you wind up well. I wanna know if you're feeling me. Call my line if you need my help. I wanna see you slide tonight. I'm feeling your vibe tonight. Baby, come and put that pussy on me tonight. Baby, turn it, don't be shy. Your body different, you're irresistant. I want you kissing on my body. Wanna see you love me, wanna see you fuck me. Cause I am the one for you, and you are the one for me. Be my lady, yeah. Turn around and show me, please.